Like I said, we're going to be discussing perhaps the most anticipated matchup of the week with number 6 Missouri going up against number 24 Boston College. So we're not going to waste any time, guys. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. And something that was, as a professional basketball player, something that's always interested me about football is the way that it can develop such a garnered fan base. And I say that because playing collegiately and playing at the professional level, there's the most hostile environments in basketball and the most loyal fan bases in basketball. They just pale in comparison to football. And something about the atmosphere and the aura and the mystique that comes with football at any level. I mean, even from high school to college, and obviously at not so much the pro level, but definitely in the collegiate level, is that energy, man. It can't be replicated anywhere. And I just find that so interesting, and it makes me think back to where sports as a whole really originated in terms of the gladiator days, in the Roman Colosseum, and they would, pit these the Slavs or the slaves against different opponents and different animals, different beasts of that time, and they would watch those matches in the Colosseum, and that aura and mystique, man, it obviously resonates and it directly comes from that. But that has always interested me, that energy that comes from football, man. It really can't be replicated anywhere else. And it's very interesting that I would consider football to be a combat sport with a level of intensity and the physical toll that it has on the body. Combat sports, football and MMA and boxing and even wrestling, in a sense. Yes, wrestling, yes. Those sports, that is perhaps the most direct transition, the most direct comparison from what sports is today compared to what sports originated as, like I said, back during the times of gladiators in ancient Rome. And that's perhaps why that energy that you see in those combat sports is so volatile, and perhaps volatile is not the word, but so prominent in comparison to other sports, because it's the most similar in terms of that combat aspect. But I digress. And in this matchup, guys, so Missouri, Boston College, very interesting matchup right here. Missouri, obviously ranked number 6, one of the best teams in the SEC, best teams in college football, obviously ranked number 6, going up against Boston College, who, as you guys know, defeated Florida State last week. And I still think that was a good win for Boston College, but as we start to move forward throughout the season, we are going to start to see that Florida State just isn't that good, which is so unfortunate, because to go from being close to making the playoff last year to now, if you ask me, they have no chance to make the playoff. There's just no way. I just don't see how they're able to make the playoff now. Not even the best team in the SEC, probably not even the top 5 team in the ACC. My apologies. Probably not even the top 5 team in the ACC. I think Clemson's better. I believe Miami is better. You can make the argument that perhaps North Carolina is better. Obviously, Boston College, I believe, is better than Florida State. But a very interesting matchup between these teams. Both these teams are kind of built the same, actually. Both teams like to run a lot of RPO, have dual threat quarterbacks. Both teams rely heavily on their interior presence on the D-line, creating pressure. Both teams don't really generate much pressure against the pass, but they do a good job of stopping the run. Both teams have dynamic playmakers at the receiving position. Both teams have a lot of height at the receiving position. And that's why this is going to be an exciting matchup. Both teams are built the same. If we look at matchup predictor, Missouri currently has a 76% chance of winning this game. Game's going to be played in Missouri. The over-under is currently set at 53.5. The line currently has Missouri minus 17. And I believe that's a little high. I believe that's quite high. And will this game be a 2-score game the way the line has it? I don't believe so. I believe this game's going to be closer than that. Boston College's ability to get into a rhythm, get into a flow offensively, and control time of possession is something that's been underlooked throughout this season. If you look at how they played against Florida State, that's part of the reason they were so successful. Is because they did a good job controlling time of possession, and they prevented Florida State from getting into a rhythm offensively. And that's going to play a factor in this game. If Missouri can't keep their offense on the field, it's obviously just going to allow more time for Missouri to keep their offense on the field. And I believe that Boston College is going to look to control this game through possession as opposed to making big plays. And that is going to affect the rhythm that Missouri is able to get in offensively. But this is going to be a good test for Missouri, specifically defensively. And we talked about how they do a good job of generating pressure from the inside. But how good are Missouri? How good is Missouri? How good will they be at stopping those outside runs, those jet sweeps, those zones, those counters? How good will Missouri be at containing those outside runs? I'm interested to see that. And Boston College is a perfect team to see how good Missouri is against stopping the outside run. And I do believe this game's going to be close. Right now, I have Missouri winning this game by a score of 27 to... No. I'll say 32 to 27. Missouri. Do believe this game's going to be pretty close. And people are going to be surprised by how physically imposing Boston College can be, especially in comparison to an SEC team. But like I said, both these teams are built pretty much the same, which is why I do believe this game's going to be a little closer than what Matchup Predictor is saying and what Vegas is saying. Like I said, I have Missouri win this game by a score of 32 to 27. And I believe that Boston College is going to be able to get a lot of yards on the ground, and I believe a lot of those RPOs is going to catch Missouri slipping, and that's going to help keep them in the game, obviously Boston College. But I think Boston College is also doing a good job of running the ball, specifically from the outside. I think Missouri will struggle a bit containing those outside runs, and that's what's going to help keep Boston College in the game as well. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Do you guys think this is going to be a close game? Or do you guys think that Missouri is going to blow out Boston College? Or do you guys have Boston College pulling off the upset? And leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. But in our next segment, guys, we're going to be discussing what used to be a Pac-12 matchup, but no more. Be sure to stick around for that, guys. You're not going to miss it. We'll be right back.